Mizborach, we're starting Perek Tes Halacha Aleph in Hilchos Tshuva. Aleph. Ma'achas Shenoida Aleph. We know that Matan Schor Shel Mitzvahs. Now that we know the reward and the goodness that a person can benefit from it, if we keep the Der Hashem, which is written in Torah, which is Chayil Ma'abo, that's the reward. Now we'll go down to the Peirush. In the Peirush, we have the goodness. If we keep it the ways, and that's Chayil Ma'abo, like in Perek Ches, as it says, Laman Yitav Loch. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to do goodness with us. What does it mean, Yitav Loch? It's a world that's totally good, and we will have lengthy days. And the punishment that is extracted from the Rishonim, that they left the ways of charity, of righteousness, which is found in Torah. Here, chorus. This is called chorus. Shenema, it says, he goes hanefesh ahi oyavino bo. That nation, that soul will be cut off. Its sin is within it, like in Perek Ches. Thus, the schar and the oynish are dvorim, spiritual things, and not things of the physical body. Therefore, he asks. Rambam asks, "Ma'u zeh shekosub b'chol Torah kulo im tishma'u yigi lachem kach." Why then is there places where it says, if you listen, this is what you will have, you will gain. V'im lo yishma'u, if you will not listen, yikro eschem kach. This will occur. And all those things are in this world, such as satiation, hunger, war, peace, kingdom, conquest, and existing on the land, exile, success in your deeds, losses, and everything else that are mentioned in B'chukoyse Telechu, that you find all of these things found there. And the question is, since you have all of these things, what does it mean if we're saying we're only talking about a spiritual future? And the Rambam answers, though all those things are true, and they will be, when we do all the mitzvahs of the Torah, then we receive that goodness in this world as well. When we do not do what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants of us, these things occur in this world. Though, however, there is a goodness which extends beyond the time of Malchus and of Beis Hamikdash, and there's punishment which extend beyond the time of punishment in this world. This is the conclusion of everything. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us Torah. It's Eitz Chaim here. We'll turn the page. It says in Mishli, Eitz Chaim Machzikim Bo. It's a tree of life for those who hold on to it. Everybody who does what the Torah says to do, which is the mitzvahs, and he knows and believes in Hashem, a total belief, he merits Olam Haba. And since, and according to his actions, how great they are, and how much wisdom he has accumulated, he merits the world to come. You say the Avodah, the Slonim Avram Slonim Mislonim writes, according to the greatness of his deeds, he merits. This is how do you understand this? Because we learned from Perek Gimel that the measurement of sins versus merits is not according to numbers, but rather according to the value that they found in the eyes of Hashem. And according to the action means also how the action is viewed by Hashem. And the wisdom is also, as found in Perek Yud, that somebody who serves Hashem Ahavo, he has attained the level of wisdom. and not somebody who does it from fear. Because only through wisdom and knowledge can a person serve Hashem from love and inherit the world to come. And He promises in the Torah, if we'll do it b'simcha b'toiv nefesh, meaning that the main schar mitzvah zankim ha-mitzvahs b'simcha u'b'toivas ha-nefesh. You should do the mitzvahs out of happiness and a good feeling, as we find in Hilchos Tshuva Yom Tov, that we weren't commanded to become drunk or to have gaiety, but rather to be happy that we can serve Hashem. As it says, we can infer from the pasuk which says that if you didn't serve Hashem out of happiness, you will be punished. So you know that if you did it b'simcha, that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu desires. And so we find in Hilchos Lulav, the simcha, that a person should be happy with the doing of the mitzvah. That's the samachta b'chagecha. And everyone who keeps himself back from feeling that simcha is punished because he could have participated. That's why it says, because you didn't do it and you could have. The Rambam continues, V'noago b'chochmos tomid, and b'chochmos tomid, he's into chochma always. He pushes out of his heart all the things that keep a person back from doing them, kigoyim, such as sickness and war and hunger, etc. And therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you goodness so that you'll be able to learn Torah, study Torah, enjoy Jewish living, do mitzvahs. And He gives us all the good which strengthens our hands to keep Torah, such as satiation, peace, the ability to have the wherewithal to build yeshivas, to teach people, to learn with people, so that we should not use all of our days up in doing things that the physical body needs them, but rather we'll be able to sit and study with wisdom through the mitzvahs, so we merit the world to come. So it says in the Torah, after HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us the Torah v'soy, it says HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded us to do all these mitzvahs for our goodness. And we will receive charity from Hashem. We'll turn the page. We will merit keeping all the mitzvah before Hashem as He commanded us. And therefore HaKadosh gives it to us. HaKadosh Baruch doesn't give it to us as a reward for our doing, but rather to enable us to do. And so it says in the Torah, if we'll lead the Torah willingly, so out of knowledge, and deal with the worldly joys, as it says, and He brings upon us then all the non-good things to keep, because we're anyway not keeping the mitzvahs, so that the Rishonim will be lost in their wickedness. That's why it says in the Torah, and therefore you will serve your enemies that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends to you, which we will be reading in the Torah before Rosh Hashanah, and then will be Tichlei Shona v'Kilul Yisrael. Thus we find the explanation of all the blessings and the curses that are in the Torah is in this fashion. If you do Hashem, if serve Hashem b'simcha, you keep His ways, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give you bracha, and it will distance klolis, until you'll be free to be wise in Torah and to do it. You'll be zecher to olam haba. It'll be good for you, a world that's totally good, and you'll exist in a world that's totally good, and you'll be zecher to two worlds, chaim tovim b'olam hazeh, which will bring to chaye olam haba. If you will not acquire in this world wisdom and good deeds, you don't have with what to merit it. Because once you've left this world There is no adding to your knowledge, your wisdom in the world to come. And Shoel means Gehenna. And if you, Chas v'sholom, a person leaves Hashem, and you made too many mistakes, eating, drinking, and illicit relationships and the like, then he will bring upon himself all these klolis. He takes away all the brocha. His whole life is done with fear, without meaning, and they will not have their heart open, their physical being complete to do the mitzvahs, so that this is not made. This is why they are punished, in order they should not lose their portion in the world to come, and therefore they lose this world and the world to come. And when a person is tied up in this world, in sickness and war and hunger, he doesn't act with wisdom and have a mitzvahs from which he would merit the world to come.